because it is Thanksgiving today. And it's about giving thanks. Which is a matter of, I appreciate you, and I see you. Which also means that, I see myself in you. I see that you are just another me, and I'm just another you. Because this actually involves the learning, the real learning about my nature, really. Who am I really? And who do I want to be? Not being controlled by outside events and situations, and the struggle, the human struggle, which we all seek for happiness. We seek for something outside of us. We seek a good time. We seek relief from the stress. Then the weekend comes, or, after work, it's like as children we are told after school, then you can play. Interesting to look at that, the effect this has on our real nature, our authentic nature, and to really first of all understand what is that nature, and how can we be more natural. To learn that, it really is the greatest way to give thanks, as we really begin to learn each other, and really get to know each other, and respect each other, and honor each other. Even though some people, and maybe even the majority of people, we don't like them too much, and they irk us, and we human beings have a tendency to always blame others, be it our government, be it the bad people, or what we consider to be the bad people, or the people who cause the problems. We're blaming others, other cultures, other people in our personal lives. We always blame. We're playing the blame game, the victim game, which is also very easy in this world to learn that, to fall into that trap. But actually, this is just happening, and our oppressors actually are there. Those who control us, those who give us a difficult time in life, are there to teach us this lesson, or rather to remind us of that. That we are free. We don't need to fight them. We cannot fight them. We cannot win a war on that level, because there is no war. Because we all have created this together. We all are part of this consciousness. And now we're at the verge of a whole new consciousness, a whole new world that really begins now, when you really allow for things to be, when you allow yourself to be, when you allow everyone to be the way they are. Then you see that we all have a nature, and we all connected through nature, and we all are the way we are, and that's our personality, and that's your thing, that's their thing, or that's my thing, is who I am, how I am, how I think, how I express myself, my personality, my mentality, all of that, my worldviews, my philosophy, the way I speak, the way I think, my thing. And of course then there's your thing, and everybody else's thing. But the thing is, well, it's kinding, it's not a thing, because it's one thing. It's one. And we all are that. And that's the key. To see that, to be that, in that spirit of oneness. To see that everywhere is the teacher. Everyone is the teacher. Every moment of our lives. And so let's begin on that journey together. I'm very happy to be talking about that. Slowly people waking up in the United States. Here in Germany it's 10 minutes after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But there's no time like the now, and now we make history. Now we evolve in our consciousness. Because up until this point, we just repeat the pattern, and we continue the same old over and over and over. And when I say we, I say that because I see that within myself, and how it's really time to change that, to really move forward, to let go of the old, to be new, to be now. And that's, the present of Thanksgiving. That's the presence also, of Christ within yourself. And that's our own thing also, which is not only our own, the great aspects of how we are, how beautiful and wonderful and perfect we are, but then also when stimulated in another way, in a negative way, we all can react and do react negatively. Or in other words, we all let it hang out. The not so nice side in us is being stimulated. And so of course we're looking for good stimulations, we're looking for good experiences, we're looking for what's to us good people, and what we like in life, and we all look for that. If you consider that, you can understand the problem. And of course then there's the market, which actually gives people the illusion of you can get these things. It's all about things. Religion is a thing. God has become a thing that we argue over. Love is something we look for. Happiness is another thing. Pursuit of happiness. While real happiness is the way. And all of these things really, like oneness and kindness and wisdom and truth, aren't really things. But we can find those for ourselves. We only can find them by looking within ourselves. And as we look there, we can really learn to see others really for who they really are. As we see other people more for who they really are, we really let them be. And then we see that they are just another version of who we are, and we are just another version of them. Because we're all just reflections of each other. And we also project our own impressions, our own awareness, our own consciousness. You know, what we see. As we say in German, unsere Wahrnehmung, our perception is unsere Wahrheit, which is truth, Wahrnehmung. What we perceive to be true is true to us. That's our nature, and that's really kind thing. Whatever the situation is in life, really this awareness can really help you, can help anybody to really learn to deal with things better. You know, because ultimately wisdom is also part of understanding what we can and what we cannot change. And then we realize, we have the power to change ourselves. As we change ourselves, we change everything. As we change the way what we realize, if we work on our realizations, our basic realizations of our life, our reactions, how we act in life, how we think, if we become aware of our thoughts, and then direct those thoughts, out of that, of course, we behave differently, we live differently, we develop different priorities, different habits, better habits that are more conducive to a better life, to more peace, you know. And it's also more in alignment with who you really are. Because usually, we go through life, we function. You know, and getting up in the morning, until nighttime, and how it is then the weekend and the holidays, and now with Christmas coming up and presents, and again I talked earlier about the market and the industry which controls everything. We're all part of the system which actually destroys everything. But we're still outraged, and we wage a war, and we have demonstrations, while the government is just doing what the government is doing. And that's the system that is being controlled by those in power. In power, over this system, which always existed. There always was a system. So the message here really is a new system. It's time for a new system to develop. And it can only develop, it can only evolve as a result of human collaboration and synergy. And that's really the working together. And that's really the real network, the human network. And that's really all also about hearts. Which also you can find information about that on my website, kinding.com. I appreciate your time. Again, happy Thanksgiving whenever you're watching that, probably much after Thanksgiving. You're sharing this time with me now as I'm sharing this time with you now. And that's something very interesting, something very fascinating. To be now, the power of now. You've probably heard about that before. But what Realize to Actualize also is here to help you understand what that means in practical terms. How you can use all of this awareness that exists, that floats around. But the point is really, to not let them be ideas. Put them into practice. The actualization is all about that. Kinding is all about that, the practice. Praxis macht den Meister. Practice makes mastery.